hello everyone, this is a quick live update before the intro happens, before the episode happens, because literally a day after we record the episode on WrestleMania, we get a statement from WWE regarding WrestleMania 36. As read on their website, in coordination with local partners and government officials, WrestleMania and all related events in Tampa Bay will not take place. However, WrestleMania will still stream live on Sunday, April 5 at 7 p.m. ET on WWE Network and be available on pay-per-view. Only essential personnel will be on the closed set at WWE's training facility in Orlando, Florida to produce WrestleMania. WrestleMania has been moved to the Performance Center because of the coronavirus.
With no crowd.
With no crowd! What the fuck is happening to the world? Wow. Alright,
I can't imagine WrestleMania
no!
with no crowd. Like, what the fuck?
I know. The whole reason we're doing this is because we recorded the episode of our predictions on WrestleMania yesterday. We had to do it before Raw, of course, when a bunch of announcements were made. Like, we talk about potential matches, but now it's been confirmed that, like, Edge and Randy Orton are having a last man standing match, so that's no longer a potential match, that's happening. So, we reference a lot in this episode of things that could happen, what could happen if WrestleMania is postponed or cancelled, but... So ignore that now, because we're here to tell you right now that it's been moved to the Performance Center, most likely to, taking place still on April 5th, 7 p.m.
Does that mean NXT TakeOver is also in the Performance Center?
Well, okay, here's the other thing, I read on WrestleTalk.com, according to PW Insider, NXT TakeOver and the WWE Hall of Fame have been cancelled and will not take place as scheduled.
Okay.
But that's not official yet.
I'm kind of happy about that, to be honest.
That's not official yet, though.
I would not want TakeOver in front of no crowd.
But, dude, what? This is going to be the most fucked year for
this
everything.
WrestleMania is going to go down in history, and not for the right reasons.
It's going to go down in history for the weirdest Mania possible, in a tiny trading facility with... Performance Center on the back of the stadium. They might have to deck it out.
And Michael Cole and Triple H on commentary.
I mean, that I'll be okay with, but
yeah,
they're pretty good.
Just imagine
together.
an entire WrestleMania, like 6 hours, and it's just Triple H taking the piss out of Michael Cole.
Can they at least put like wrestlers' family and friends in the crowd to make in the audience, just like not excess of 500 people? I'm sure, but surely they could do something like. I'm sure they're going to deck out the Performance Center just to make it look cool, but this ruins the whole pirate ship entrance thing for Kairi Sane. This ruins a lot of things WWE had planned, and honestly, like, there's nothing else they could have done. They could have postponed it, but they have a schedule they stick to, in which, like, for pay-per-views and everything, so I kind of expected it to still there was another expectation for it to stay on the same day, but now it's just... It's going to be so weird. It's going to be so weird. Now, this episode of the FireStorm podcast, I don't think releases until the 25th, unless we could... If you want, we can switch this and the coronavirus episode around, but even then, that will be out of date. I reckon...
Yeah, I don't think we should change it.
Yeah, okay. So this episode will be coming out on the 25th or 26th, or... 24th in America, 25th here, something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it'll be early morning of the 25th.
Okay, yeah, so 25th. So, we will already be massively out of date by a week. So, yeah, deal with that. But, as far as... We're not going to record anything extra for this episode, just because it'll be difficult to keep up with the constant updates of the coronavirus.
Yes.
But as far as we know right now, WrestleMania has been confirmed to take place in the Performance Center. And it's going to be extremely weird.
It's going to be weird.
As well as that, like, a bunch of WWE live events have been cancelled, and now they're just... Like, a lot of the more... Of the upcoming WWE live events, like Road to WrestleMania live events, have all been cancelled. And they're just doing the TV tapings of NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. Mm-hmm. And AEW are still going ahead with a lot of shows, but a lot of them are just taking place, like, in Jacksonville. And... Yeah, there's so much shit happening. And even like, smaller companies, like, all around the world are being affected. Like, the company I always attend shows for, Wrestle Rampage in Adelaide, they've cancelled all events for the foreseeable future until they know an update. Like, they know what's going on. So this virus, honestly, I'm going to make a video on my own channel about how the virus has affected things here in Australia, because literally everything Australia and at least Adelaide is known for has been fucking canned. And that is heartbreaking. It is...
Yeah.
Like every year, like for like the past 6 or 7 years, I've been attending this event called AvCon. That's been postponed to 2021, and that's the event I host at as well. And that's been postponed, and that's genuinely heartbreaking as well. But this virus, oh my god, we say it a lot on the episode, but wash your fucking hands, take care of your health,
wash your hands, take care of your health,
and just try and eradicate this virus, because this shit is...
Stay the fuck home.
Stay the fuck home. Oh.
Watch anime. Jerk off. Do anything.
You didn't see my Facebook
but wash
post,
your hands after... What? I don't know on Facebook. You know this.
You do have Facebook, but not... You barely go on it. But I basically...
I don't go on Facebook.
I pulled an Adam Bacchini, essentially.
What did you do?
I offered to help the elderly and those who are self-isolating with buying them stuff if they need stuff.
Oh, nice.
So
because you have a healthy immune system.
Because I actually have a good immune system because I ate dirt as a child. So
nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ate my nails. I still eat my nails. Also, since you totally reminded me that this goes up on the 25th, on a much more happier note, if you don't follow me personally, I have a new album out today. So you should go check it out. It's called Sun to Sky. It's all my Japanese Pokemon anime songs covered in English, and you can find them on Spotify or iTunes or wherever. It's out today, so go have a listen. Thanks.
Can we at least guarantee that won't be postponed because of the coronavirus?
That will not. My album will not be postponed. That is still coming out on the 25th.
Great
Guaranteed.
to hear. Now,
yes.
All right.
I'm finishing up the last song as we speak.
That is amazing. Unless you have anything else to say,
nope, that's it.
Okay, good. Future Gus, hit the intro.
All right, let's do it.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the FireStorm podcast. Still in the middle of the coronavirus, although this video will be a week later from the time we recorded it. It's probably much worse now, so hope you're all having fun with that.
Quarantine!
Woo!
Dude, that just means I get to watch anime for as long as I want.
I know, dude. If there's no work, all I'll be doing is writing and watching anime. And
sounds like the life.
Our family has got like a massive contingency plan to sort it out. Like, everyone's going to come up here. We're all going to be tested and live in our town. And it basically is just going to be all of us. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's going to be mint. Well, not really, but no. Yeah, I hope you're all having fun with the virus, and I hope you're all not dead.
I know I sure am.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I just exported the last episode, and the ending is literally saying, you say, dude, I want coronavirus.
I want coronavirus, dude.
It's like, why?
Well,
what?
It's like, I'm gonna change that as like, I want it to stay around for a while, because not necessarily because it kills people, but because I like having an excuse to literally do absolutely nothing.
I'd be more into it. I'd be more into it if I get the travel ban, but like, I've seen photos of like really popular places with no people in it, and they look amazing. Yeah. And it's just like, dude, if I could go to Japan for like 2 weeks and then be quarantined for 2 weeks, I'd do that. But
dude, I would do it without even thinking. I would literally buy a plane ticket right the fuck now. Well,
if I had the money, I would, but I still don't have my insurance claim back from my accident, so not yet. Anyway, this is besides the point. We are here to not give you a live update on coronavirus because we are already out of date. I'm sure our episode 21 is already out of date. But no, we are here to talk about the upcoming and possibly postponed, we don't know yet, WrestleMania 36. So
Yeah.
we did an episode like this for Royal Rumble, but this is a little bit more up in the air because only like half the card has been announced at the time of recording, and we don't know if the show is going to be postponed. It definitely won't be cancelled. It's Wrestle fucking Mania.
Yeah, it's not going to be canceled.
Whether it happens, there's my
a dog. Pupper. Very loud.
Who the fuck is home right now? Someone's laughing. I don't know what's happening. Sorry. Anyway.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot happening right now. Anyway, so yeah, WrestleMania 36. I would say it's around the corner, but we have no clue where it is. So we'll see what happens. But
could be behind you.
Oh,
right now. It could be behind you right now, dude.
That'd be creepy.
Turn around. There's WrestleMania.
Oh shit. But yeah. So we're here to basically give our predictions on what we think will happen for the card so far. Maybe predict a few matches that might and haven't been announced yet. But going off the most recent episodes of NXT, SmackDown, and the upcoming Raw, which has probably actually happened right now. I have no clue. Actually, no, wait, it's Sunday night for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sunday night.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be the Raw that's taking place at the Performance Center.
Yes.
So that's
Triple H is on commentary again. Did you see all the shenanigans that they got up to?
Apparently, he was really good. He drew on Michael Cole. He
drew on Michael Cole's face.
He used the camera, and then apparently, when they went off to commercial break, all the wrestlers just stood in the ring and talked to each other because there was no crowd. That is so funny. I love that.
I mean, I don't blame him. I do the same thing. Are you kidding me?
But yeah. So
I love Triple H.
What do you think about WrestleMania? Do you think it's going to be postponed, or what do you think about it?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be postponed. I don't know how far it will be postponed, but I can't. With everything that has been canceled so far and the amount of people that have. It's really conflicting because there's so many people that have made travel plans and like based a lot of their schedule all like around that and are coming from all over the world. But at the same time, like because they're coming from all over the world, I don't think, especially government officials in Tampa, want to risk that. Like they want to risk having such a big event. Yeah. Like because so many people are coming in from like a bunch of different places around the world. Like it's a huge risk to have that at this point in time. So I think it will be postponed, although it would suck, especially for the people who like bought tickets and were like preparing to go and travel and all this other stuff. So they'd have to rework everything. But if they're going to postpone it, they need to announce it soon just because like for that exact reason, so people can work out their like fix their travel plans. Like they need to figure out when it will be postponed to. I'm not sure how long this whole COVID-19 thing is gonna last, but to be honest, I don't think it'll last through the end of April. In fact, it might even be over by the end of this month.
See, that's the thing. I think the opposite. Like, if you look at previous infections like swine flu and all that, it took at least 2 years for it to completely go away. I reckon we'll be able to contain it, but for it to completely go away, it will take like a year or two, I reckon. But,
well, sure. I mean, we'll be having events. I don't think it'll go away. I don't necessarily think the virus will go away, but I think we'll start having events again in a couple months.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually think it's not going to be stopped at all. I think it's going to stay around and it's just going to become part of flu season. I don't actually think it's going to go away at all. So, I mean, I could be proven wrong, but I think it's just going to become a regular part of flu season. We're just all going to get a vaccine for it like we do for flu every year. So, yeah, but I think we'll start having events again within a couple months, maybe probably at least by summer, because especially by summertime, at least where we are, viruses don't spread because the heat kills them. So,
yeah. It's so
That's
weird though. Like it's so weird seeing like every different sport, like heaps of different sports, like soccer and basketball and wrestling and all that, and even AFL here in Australia, like all have no one in attendance, and it's just a game. It creates such a different atmosphere. It's so weird, but it's also quite interesting. But
Yeah.
dude, imagine WrestleMania without a crowd.
Oof.
That would be the biggest oof.
Yeah. No
that would be
thanks.
so weird. But anyway, let's start talking about the event itself. So I have the WrestleMania card here on Wikipedia, subject to change, as well as CBS Sports predicted matches, which all seem pretty viable. Let's to happen. So let's go through the predicted matches. And see who we think will win or if it will happen. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen with these two. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and the Women's Battle Royal. Do you have any predictions?
I had an idea in my head about who was going to win. It might be Gronk.
Fuck off. I don't want to see
Yeah.
Gronk. I
think it
care
might
about
be.
Gronk, but I mean,
It will be either
like,
that or it's going to be Riddick Moss. I think who wins the
Imagine if the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal turns into the 24/7 Championship fuckfest. It will just
the
be a
24/7
giant-
championship has just fallen so much since R-Truth lost it.
I kind of understand Riddick Moss. There's like the one thing in the Pop Funko store with Mojo and R-Truth with trying to get Riddick Moss. I kind of understood that. Like, I kind of enjoyed that, but everything else so far is just like,
Yeah.
no
Thanks.
I don't know.
Because I mean, it's literally only defended like once every week on Raw for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's become so much less amusing.
Yeah. It has so much potential, and they have the money to pull off all these crazy things with it, but they just don't. And I don't know why. Because like they could dedicate an entire team, and not even necessarily a big team, just like a minimalist kind of team to come up with stupid ideas and execute them. Like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Like, they could just have record some stupid shit on someone's phone and upload it to upload it to the WWE YouTube channel. Like, him trying to, them trying to get rolled up in Walmart or whatever, like stupid shit. But, they just don't. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit dead at the minute. I hopefully more comedy is brought to it because it's a comedy championship. It's meant for amusing people, and at the moment it's kind of just got off the wall. I don't know about the women's battle royal though. I honestly
either.
I've never cared about any of these battle royals. I've never cared. They're just
You have no reason to.
no. I don't care. But 3 predicted matches which I think are all possible. Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman for the Intercontinental Championship, or maybe with Shinsuke and Cesaro involved as well. See, I think Shinsuke and Cesaro are going to betray Zayn because he
I agree.
grabbed the championship, and I think there's going to be a fatal 4-way, which I would like to see. Sami Zayn actually wrestling again, like defending it, apart from just being a manager wrestler, and then Cesaro and
I would rather it just be a
and-
triple threat without Braun.
without Braun.
Yeah.
I think
I don't necessarily think. I mean, I'm glad he won the IC championship, but I mean, I guess because I mean he needed like singles gold to back up his claims and stuff of being great or whatever it is he says. But I really like the idea that it's the IC title's workhorse championship. So Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro. Just them by themselves, just wrestling and in triple threat, jack me off. God damn, I'd love to see that.
So where would you put Braun at Mania? Because he's gonna do something at Mania.
I think I would put him in either the Battle Royal, because he actually does kind of pull that stuff off kind of well with whatever guests they bring in, like celebrity, whatever. He's a good person for them to interact with. Or I would put him in have him do an open challenge and have him ruin someone or something like that, or maybe put him in a Legends segment and not in a match.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm
not necessarily against the idea of Braun being in the IC title picture, but just I feel like he would ruin what would otherwise be an incredible workhorse match, you know? Because he would just steamroll everyone. Like, that would be the story of the match. But without Braun, it would be beautiful.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've looking at the next match, I've actually got an idea now. Like, so one of the authors of Pain are injured. So
Razor, stupid idiot.
Razor, yeah. So they've got both of them off now, I believe, off of TV. And it's just Rollins and Murphy kind of causing havoc, being dicks. And now that they're not champions anymore, I've got an idea. So the next predicted match is Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
I think that's going to be a thing.
So I had an idea of maybe Murphy wins the Battle Royal. And then Seth is just like, yeah, dude, we're going to own everything. We're awesome. And then Murphy comes out to accompany Rollins versus Kevin Owens. And then Kevin Owens still wins. And then Seth blames Murphy, and then Murphy does a face turn. Or
I think it's a little too... I think it's too early.
I think... Well, I don't know what else they can do. I understand the Monday Night Messiah gimmick. I get it. But now they've lost like half the team. Because for some reason they don't... Why don't they just... I don't think they will. They have a tendency when one's injured, they remove the other teammate. Like, so I think now that one of the AOP's injured, they're not going to include the other.
Sure.
Unless they do, but then it's going to look really weird at Mania. I'm not sure. I do think Kevin will win, like, anyway, depending on no matter what the match is. If Owens and Rollins fight, I do think Kevin will win, but just depends, really.
Yeah. I am inclined to agree that Kevin will win. I would say one of the reports, like someone reported recently that Seth was going to be Drew's challenger after Mania, because Drew's probably going to win the match against Brock.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. Heel Seth versus face Drew. I would like that.
Wasn't there another report of Seth and Becky taking time off after Mania?
Yes, I believe that is going to happen, but like one of Drew's challengers later on down the line. So
yeah,
I think that will actually probably put Murphy in a more prominent position, because if Seth is off, maybe he's on what do they call it, like the like religious trips that people go on to spread the word. He's like on one of those, and Murphy's left to like spread the word around to the WWE universe, as it were. So he's like left as the de facto leader until Seth gets back. So, like, you could kayfabe say like, "Hey, Seth is off spreading his word, whatever, going on a trip." But
okay.
And then just Murphy is doing his like leading the AOP or whatever. I would actually like if someone I would put him up in the US title picture if a face were to win at Mania. But I like Andrade's champion though, so I don't know.
Yeah, now that makes sense. Actually, I do recall hearing as well Drew winning and then Orton being his first challenger.
That might work.
I could see Drew and Orton fighting for a month or two and then Seth returning to be his second challenger. I could see that happening. Speaking of Orton, the next predicted match, which we can almost say is going to happen, is Edge versus Randy Orton. Because Edge is actually back now. And I fucking hate what WWE and AEW are doing when they don't leave things to be a surprise. And they announce things on backstage or whatever, or on social media like a week before the event. Like, Edge's return. Why did they announce, Edge is coming back to say some words? Why did they do that? Why didn't they just let him come out of the crowd and spear Orton? Why did they...
It's for promotional purposes.
I know they're trying to draw numbers. I do get it, but it ruins one of the main draws of wrestling, I think. The surprise that anything could happen. they're
I mean,
telling
you can't overuse the surprise because Edge was a surprise return at the Rumble. So if you just use the same Edge shit over and over again, him coming like, you know, without promoting it, or like, I feel like it would just get stale. So I get what they've done, and I think the segment he had on Raw where he was like doing all those angry facials were great. Like, I think that was fantastic. Like, no one makes like angry facials as quite like Edge does. Plus, Orton's surprisingly very good in this feud as well. Very, very captivating performer when he actually cares about what he's doing.
Exactly. When Orton cares, it adds another dynamic to the feud, and I'm glad he cares. I'm glad he actually gives a shit this time around.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously I think. Well, okay. See, here's the thing. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Orton went over.
I think he will.
Yeah, because
Edge doesn't necessarily need the win.
No, he doesn't. Like, he's made his return. He's made his comeback. I think what will happen is that, like, Orton will go over just to be a dick. And then, I don't know, maybe Edge will get saved.
Well, he'll go challenge Drew.
Yeah, so Orton going over just so he looks, like, dominant when he challenges Drew. That makes sense. But then, like, Edge, I think Edge will have, like, a year or two to wrestle, and he can build his way up maybe to the title picture. I don't know if I want to see him with one last run with the championship.
I don't think he needs it.
I don't think he needs it either, but I don't know where else he belongs, because he's like...
I would just have him do a bunch of dream matches.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, just have him, like, maybe not necessarily, like... But he should do maybe not on Raw, but like on pay-per-view, just like, hey, anyone want to step up? Or like maybe he challenges people he's been interested in. He could challenge AJ. That would be great. Stuff like that, I think.
I do want to see Edge have like the final round with all of his best rivals, like Triple H, John Cena, like those types of guys. Like, I want him to have one last match with every single person, one of those. Like, I do think I see that happening within the next year or two. That would be cool. But yeah, I do think, I don't know why, I just feel like Edge winning would be like heartwarming, but I think Orton winning would just add another level to the. Like, to his fucking evilness at the minute. Yeah. To his run, especially, like, I do see him challenging Drew. I think that would be good. So, yeah, I see that being interesting. Yeah. Alright. Moving on to the main card so far on Mania, like, all the matches that have been announced. Funnily enough, they're all singles matches, which I think is really interesting. Like, I do think there should be like a ladder match or something, like a mixed match. Like,
I think the US title will be a ladder match.
That would be good. And I want to see what happens with the tag titles, because honestly, I have not been interested in the tag titles for a long time.
Actually, I really like the Street Profits. So I'm kind of down with their new, and I like Miz and Morrison as well. But I'm really happy for the Street Profits that they got their hands on the titles, because I think they're fantastic, specifically Montez Ford, but don't tell Angelo Dawkins, and he probably knows. But like, I don't know their Mania match will be all that impressive. Like, they might face the Good Brothers or something. Like, yeah. I don't think their Mania match will be. They might not even have one. Like, they might. I mean, everyone, like, they try to get everyone on Mania, but even if they do get a match, it will almost certainly be pre-show. On the other hand, I actually think the SmackDown titles will be on the main show. I think Miz and Morrison are probably, I want to say they'll be in like a triple threat with the New Day and the Usos or something like that. But it might also be Heavy Machinery, because they really impressed in the Chamber.
You don't think it will be just... honestly, I like what they do every so often, where they just randomly pit champion versus champion. Like, I feel like if they can't set anything up, I do feel like they're going to try and set something up with the SmackDown champions, because, like, Miz and Morrison, they did in reality, they did actually beat everyone in the chamber.
Yeah.
So I do see them and Usos maybe being alright.
I'm almost certain it will be heavy machinery.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against, like, Street Profits versus Miz and Morrison as a mixed match.
Sure. Yeah,
Like,
that would be good.
I could see that being entertaining, because Street Profits with their all, like, their dancing and their fucking happy-go-lucky attitude, and Miz and Morrison being, like, douchebags, like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And then they get defeated by Street Profits. I do see that being interesting. But
yeah, but I don't think they would do it for Mania. I think they're probably going to try to set up challengers.
Yeah.
Because I think that's their whole Survivor Series thing. The one time a year that Raw and SmackDown go head to head. Well, now it's NXT too, but you know.
I know, but it's just I haven't really been interested in the tag title scene for a long time.
Actually, I've been really they had I can't remember when they had a match. It might have just been at the Chamber, but I think it was. But I really enjoyed the tag title match between Rollins and Murphy and the Street Profits. I thought it was just really fun. So I'm kind of down with as long as if they let the Street Profits wrestle and they let Miz and Morrison wrestle, especially but namely the Street Profits, like their charisma can carry them far, but it will only carry them so far. Just let them wrestle because they're very good. So if you just put them in those fun matches like on Raw every week, they'll be fine. And I'll love it. It'll be great. So, and because they're really entertaining to watch in the ring. Like it's kind of like it's like a less enunciated version of Enzo and Cass. Because you've got Dawkins, who's the real power guy, and Montez Ford, who's like the high flying guy and like less powerful. The two really coexist very well, and they're really fun to watch together in the ring. So I'm a big fan of Street Profits. So I hope they do well with those titles. I think they will.
Yeah. I'm glad an actual tag team have the tag team titles. That makes me happy.
Yes.
All right, now onto the main card, which again is all singles matches thus far. So I'll go from bottom to top. AJ Styles versus The Undertaker.
I don't like the way this is being set up. Now, okay, AJ cut a great promo on Raw recently. The one where he called out Michelle McCool. I liked that promo. But the thing is, the reason I don't like the way this is building up is because it's being built up like Undertaker's going to choke slam him and then tombstone him and win in 5 seconds. I want this to be an actual match, at least to the best of Big Mark's ability. Because I know he's pushing it. Like, he's what, like 50-something, mid-50s? He's pushing it. I get it. But you could at least... It's also AJ Styles. He could lead a trash can to a good match. Like, I think it could actually work if Taker, puts his 56-year-old body into it. Just give us like 10 minutes.
I think they really, really need to, like, they really need to just fucking get something sorted for Undertaker to retire. He cannot go that much longer.
No.
You see him at every single match, and even the choke slams the choke slams look bad. They're fucking terrible. Like, I do feel like they're setting up the return of Biker Taker just for one more time, just because of everything AJ's been saying on like backstage and whatever else, saying like, oh, is this gonna be Dead Man or is this gonna be Biker Taker? Like, one thing I think will be funny is because AJ's brought Michelle McCool into this. I think Undertaker is going to go all Triple H, come down as the American Badass with Michelle McCool on the back of a motorcycle. And I think it'll be like that. Well, you know what I want to happen? I want like Biker Taker to return this year again with Michelle McCool on the back, just as a prank, and versus AJ Styles. Have like a 5, maybe a 10-minute match, and where AJ carries it, and then Undertaker beats him. Yeah. Next year, WrestleMania 37. Try and make it hyped up as like Fiend versus Undertaker, and just fucking end the Undertaker. Fiend beat him and end him. Either that or at Survivor Series this year.
Yeah.
Just write him off. He should have retired against Brock, and then he should have retired against Roman. But no, Saudi money is too good, and I just hate it. I can't be bothered watching Taker anymore. He's got a long entrance. He's shit at wrestling now because of his age. He can do maybe a good tombstone, but like everything he's done in the past few years has been bad. So just have the last few matches, like have this match, have one or two more at Saudi dream matches, which aren't going to be dreams, they're going to turn into nightmares, and then just finish them off at Survivor Series or at the next Mania. Just end it. Just get it done with.
I guess that's fair. I was going to say what was it? It might have been SmackDown. He tagged with Roman, and apparently that was very good. He had a tag match with Roman.
That was good because he came in, did his 5 moves, which looked okay.
Yep.
Because Roman carried it, and then he did 5 moves which looked okay, and then he won because he actually had.
I heard it was more than that. I heard Taker actually did a bit more than that. I haven't watched it, but apparently it was actually a pretty decent match. Like he looked pretty good. So, and that was what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. No, it was last year. I think it was after Goldberg Taker. It was after the
Goldberg thing, because both of them.
It was last year. So yeah, he can wrestle. I just don't want to see him wrestle for that much longer. Like, just chuck him. I don't like. If he's really just doing this for the money, it just makes him as a person look kind of, stupid. Like, he's pushing himself way too far just to get a quick, huge payday.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and the only thing is, I agree with the Fiend retiring him, but the thing is, they have to do it. They need to make a decision if they want, because I think that, I don't know if that would get him cheered or if that would get him booed. I have no idea. But
if the Fiend beat him,
yes. What would happen? Like, would that get the Fiend booed or cheered? Like, that is
I hope booed, but
yes.
It's hard to tell.
So I think they should try to gauge the reaction first. If they were to do that and then go from there, but they probably won't. But I agree with the Fiend retiring him. I think if they want the Fiend to be a heel, that's the way to go about it. One spooky guy takes the spooky whatever something.
Also, just something extra for a little bit more fantasy booking because we haven't mentioned them. SmackDown Women's Championship. I think Bayley versus Sasha is going to happen, or at least Bayley versus Lacey Evans or something, maybe on the pre-show. Something like that's going to happen. And then SmackDown Tag Team... WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Our prediction from the Royal Rumble episode of like Asuka turning on Kairi Sane isn't going to happen.
Nope.
So I want Kairi and Asuka to have a giant entrance with the pirate ship. Just go fucking balls to the wall with it.
Yeah.
And have them face like the Iconics or Jax and Tamina.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe have them turn face against Jax and Tamina, especially with the pirate entrance, and just beat them. And that's all.
Fair.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. I want to see a pirate ship entrance.
I think they're... I know Kairi Sane's a wonderful babyface. I just don't think that WWE would know how to book her as a babyface because they're so bad at booking good babyfaces. They've done well with Drew thus far, but that's because Drew is just so good. That's the only reason it's worked, is because Drew is good enough to make it work. I think they're much more compelling and interesting as heels. Like, I liked the way they use the green mist. I actually do like that about them because no one else uses that, even in wrestling today. Like, no one uses that. So I do like that about them. I think Asuka turning on Kairi should happen, but I don't think they clearly have nothing for them.
They still got the titles, and it's weeks out from Mania.
Yeah,
they can't. It'll have to happen so quickly for it to for the turn to happen.
Yes,
at, Mania, for them to have a match at Mania, unless the turn happens at Mania, but who knows?
Yes, I think I actually like, if I had to predict what would happen, I think they're gonna just say fuck it and put them against Alexa and Nikki. Because I think, like, they laid out a challenge recently.
That's fair.
I think
those two need a spot.
Yeah, I think if I had to predict what's gonna happen, I think it's just gonna be like a thrown together thing that'll probably go on the pre-show. But I mean, at least it'll be on the card, I guess. But if they really wanted to make these new titles and just not have any plans for them whatsoever, like, it's stupid. But, you know, like, if you're gonna put in new women's titles, new, like, tag team titles, you should at least have, like, some kind of plan going forward to make them feel like they're worth something. But that's fine.
But how terrible are they with new championships? Like, we're not even talking about the Cruiserweight championship at this point. I don't even know who's the champion.
Who, the Cruiserweight champion? Jordan Devlin.
Yeah. Who?
Jordan Devlin.
Who the fuck is Jordan Devlin? See, I don't know this shit.
Oh,
no, like,
you don't know? You actually don't know?
No.
Oh, he's from NXT UK. He won it at Worlds Collide. Jordan Devlin is incredible. He's very good. He had some wonderful matches against Walter on the Indies. He had that absolute belter against Tyler Bate at the recent UK takeover. That was incredible.
Well, okay, you know what? I say all this, but then again, the Cruiserweight Championship has been turned into the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, so it will probably be defended on the takeover.
It will. It's not on main roster. Yeah, it's not main roster.
Yeah,
anymore.
that's right. So never mind that. But yeah, but they are still terrible with introducing new championships. You saw how that flopped and then became NXT. So
yes.
The women's tag championships, you know, unless Asuka and Kairi defended on TakeOver, but I think it'll be a bit late to build something up to that now.
Yeah, I don't think they will. They already have that huge ladder match for TakeOver. That's going to be good.
Yeah. Alright. Anyway, moving forward. John Cena versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
As long as The Fiend goes over and they give him like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, it'll be fine. I think it'll just be fun.
For some reason, I also think it will be a squash like what happened with Taker. Mm-hmm. Like, John Cena's not going to know what happens, and then Fiend's just going to mandible claw him.
Sure.
What if this is what pushes Cena into retirement?
I don't think he'll retire.
I don't think he'll retire either, but I'm just thinking, what if he just gets squashed, and then he's like, I can't do this. I am lost my edge. I'm going. Bye-bye. I know he said he wants to leave for a while afterwards, but then again, he's been having giant breaks anyway. So, but I don't want him to retire yet. I do think I want him to also do the Edge route and have like a few more dream matches. Like, I want him to face Mysterio and Edge and like maybe even Orton just one more time each. Have a few more.
I would much rather him put over some NXT guys as he goes out.
That would be interesting too.
I want to see him. I want to see him wrestle Gargano. I want to see him wrestle Ciampa, Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, just all these people. I want to see him. I want to see him work with some younger guys before he retires. That would be more interesting to me.
Maybe like a handful of nostalgia matches, then a handful of like new age dream matches.
I do want to see him wrestle Edge though. That would be good.
If he's going to take most of this year off, then make 2021 his final year where he just does a fuckload of matches. Because I know he's got a lot to film, but...
Yeah. I don't think he's going to retire anytime with it, even in the next 5 years. I think he's just going to not... He's going to be like The Rock's not retired, but he's, like... He's out, like, he's just out there. I think that's going to be what John Cena does. So, you know.
Fair enough. I could see that happening, actually. Yeah, that's fair. All right, yeah, but the Fiend needs to go over here.
Yes, he does.
No question of it. Next is Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship.
As long as this doesn't go on last, I'll be okay.
Yes.
As long as Drew Brock goes on last. If Drew Brock goes on last, I'll be okay. If this goes on last, I will kill myself.
I don't know. I can see Roman going over, but I also think it'll be funny if Goldberg went over.
It would be funny, but Roman's going over.
Fuck, I'm just imagining, what if Goldberg goes over and then The Fiend has this rematch and wins?
I would be okay with that, actually. If Roman doesn't go over, I mean, I've kind of said in my head that he is, but I'd be okay if he didn't.
I get Roman going over, but I also kind of get the Goldberg going over, because I just want to see like the Fiend have his redemption, beat Cena, and then be like, hey, Goldie, come back, bitch.
I actually don't want the Fiend. I actually don't want the Fiend to have the title anymore.
I think they can book it, but I do. But they fucking failed last time. Like, if he doesn't have the title, I get it. But I think they put so much investment into him having the title with the custom belt. Like, yeah. I think they'll want to keep that going a bit longer.
Sure. But
yeah, who knows? But I see this match going either way. But yeah, most likely Roman.
It's gonna be Roman.
Okay, next, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's Championship.
I actually think this will probably go on, like, close to last, if not, I think Rhea Ripley and Charlotte's going to be one of the first few, but I think this one will probably go close to last.
I agree with that. I do agree Rhea and Charlotte near the start, and then Becky and Shayna near the end. I do agree.
Yes. So I think, Shayna's obviously going over. I think Becky's going away with her fiance or whatever, to, you know, go repeatedly have sex or whatever it is fiancés do. But, like, I think as long as Becky gets a pretty decent showing and Shayna looks like an absolute killer, I think this will be good.
What I want to happen is I want Shayna to win, be a dominant, be a fucking... And, like, unlike Brock, actually, like, show up every week, which she has been doing so far. So
yeah.
Good on her. I want Becky to go away with Rollins, and then when they come back, I want Becky to be a heel and part of Rollins' faction, if that's still going.
Interesting. I wouldn't be against that. I think Becky, I don't know if it's too soon. I think if she was to turn heel, it should be more of a slow burn thing after she comes back. I wouldn't mind her turning heel, though. But yeah, because I think, because it would make sense, especially if she lost to Shayna in such a, like, dominant fashion. So I think, I definitely think she should turn heel, like, maybe later this year. I just don't know if it should be, like, immediately. Because I think the last time they paired Seth and Becky up, it just didn't quite work. And I don't think it's necessary. It would be cool.
They were both faces at the time, but if they were both heels, it's running down everyone.
I would actually almost... Because I really like what Seth's doing at the minute. I really like this whole Monday Night Messiah thing where he's, like, super cocky and, like, thinks everyone loves him. I think it's great. But I think if Becky were to turn heel, she needs to go back to, like, that intense thing she had going on when they tried to turn her heel and it didn't work. Just because I think she would work better that way. I don't know how Becky would be as, like, this whole, you know, Messiah type or, like, understudy of a religious person or whatever. But, I mean, I just don't think it would be necessary, although it would be cool because I think those two would work pretty well together given the right material. But I just, you know, I don't know that it's necessary for just, you know, words. But yeah. I just hope Shayna just kills her.
I want Shayna to go on and fight Ronda after.
That would be good.
There to be like an MMA match, like Ronda returns and then she beats Ronda. And
I think Ronda might even show up. I think she might
at Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depends. Beats up Stephanie McMahon again.
Yeah. Well, I even think she might even come out, like, after this match or something, or during the match or something. Because, like, apparently her return is imminent.
So. She likes being a wedding crasher.
Well, yeah.
But, alright. And, yeah, next, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship.
If they give them 15 to 20 minutes, this will be very good.
This will be a very good match, but I want Rhea to keep it.
Rhea will keep it. I don't think Charlotte's going to win. They're not putting Charlotte on NXT.
Yeah, I want... Also because, like, I love Rhea Ripley. She is amazing.
She's very good.
Yes, keep it on Rhea Ripley. I think this
This is probably one of the most predictable matches for me. I don't think they're putting
I agree. I think this match is purely just to try and get more eyes on NXT, especially the women's division.
Yep.
Because
the women's division in NXT is fantastic. It's really good.
It is. So I think this is just to get eyes on NXT, and I think they're playing it really well. The one thing I don't like, though, which no one seems to acknowledge, is that back, 10 years ago, before, usually, if you were the winner of a Royal Rumble, you had incredibly high chances of winning the title that year. And in recent years, that, percentage of winners of the Royal Rumble has gone down to, 50% chance of winning. It used to be really high up.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing I don't like is that now people that win the Rumble, it's it used to be they're the next big thing, but now a lot of the time they're losing. And they're giving it to people that have already won, previous Rumbles or have already have a big name.
Mm-hmm.
The prime example, Randy Orton won the Rumble, beat Bray Wyatt for the WWE title. That was irrelevant. But if Bray won the Rumble and then beat Randy for the WWE title, opposite way around, that would have been amazing. But, I feel like now the Rumble is just kind of a bit more predictable nowadays. We all wanted Drew to win, but we thought they were going to fuck us over, but they didn't, fortunately. But, I think that the mystique around the Rumble and, the next big thing has kind of diminished a bit, but they've done it really well with Drew this year, but with Charlotte, I don't know. Because I honestly don't see Charlotte winning.
No, she's not. And I don't think you can say that, I don't think you could make something or someone the next big thing every single year. Because I agree, the more Rumble winners should be winning, because it makes, winning the Rumble, not cool. It certainly makes it more interesting. It makes it seem more real almost. Even if you win the Rumble, you may not even win at WrestleMania. So I do like that aspect of it, but I do think more... It's you can tell when they're putting a lot of stock in someone in a winner of the Rumble, like they have been with Drew. And it worked, I think, with Becky last year and Seth as well, because they both won at Mania. But because Charlotte's not going to win, but I do think Drew's going to win. So like you said, that's 50-50 and not a great percentage, but I just don't think they can make someone the next big thing every single year. I do agree they should be giving it to more younger people, though. I don't think Charlotte needed that Rumble win. It was almost like they did it just so that, could say Charlotte has done everything. That seems like the only reason they wanted to do it.
Has she won a Money in the Bank yet?
No.
Good.
I honestly don't know that she will.
I don't think there's a point for her to win one, but, yeah, alright. Yep, so...
But Rhea's gonna win.
Rhea's gonna win. And last of all, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship.
If this goes on last... Yes, if this goes on last, and it goes for, how long would Brock go? Give him, those matches, against Bryan and Styles.
I want to say 10 minutes.
No, it should go longer than that. If it's main event, it should go longer than that. I want to see, his matches with Bryan and Styles that went long enough to be really compelling and tell a full, drawn-out story. I want something like that with Drew. Because I think they're so evenly matched in, size and power. I think they could tell a really good story together.
Here's the one thing that fucks me off with Brock Lesnar, is that everyone says, he should do more than just his few suplexes and F5s. But somehow he's made him only doing suplexes and then people, rallying up and fighting against him and making a comeback. They somehow made that formula work really well every single time. And it's
because it never happens.
I know, but somehow it's really compelling. And... they've made it work. I do agree. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Main event, 15, 20 minutes, something that has proper storytelling. I do agree. Maybe Brock can't put away Drew and Brock's afraid of the fucking Claymore kick because it's destroyed him 2 or 3 times. So maybe they try to cheat to win, and then Drew hits him with the Claymore finally at the end and just beats him.
Yeah.
But I do get what you mean. Hopefully it works out for the best. But
as long as Drew wins. If this goes on last and Drew wins, I'll be a happy boy.
Also, I want Drew's entrance to be fucking the best thing in the world. I want to start off with Broken Dreams, maybe have a Titantron like montage of him before, and then him transforming into the new Drew McIntyre, and then turn Broken Dreams into Gallantry, and then fucking just like break the walls down and fucking just come in like he's the massive Goliath he is, and just destroy everything.
I want him to have like this huge, like big something. I mean, does he have anything to do with pirates? Probably not. I don't know. Just make it cool.
Just have an eye patch or something. I don't give a fuck. Maybe him with a giant sword at the end of the pirate ship.
That would actually, it would be cheesy, but I would like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I would pop.
I'm not gonna lie, I would like it. So yeah, I want to see. Oh, I just love Drew, dude. He's so good. Just even if he's given these crap like crap contented promos, he still makes it work. Like he's just so charismatic and fun to watch. I really like Drew, and I'm so glad that he's probably gonna beat Brock. Like, oh, he deserves it so much. God, Drew's so good.
Because I see him being the ultimate babyface. Like he deserves the spot. So I see him maybe going on to face Brock one more time after Mania. Hopefully, putting Brock down for a while. Like I know they love Brock hiding away for a few months and then coming back and ruining everyone's lives. They love doing that.
They do.
But I don't know what else they can do with Brock anymore. Like they're
gonna put him against Velasquez again.
They probably are, aren't they? And then against Gronk and fucking the other guy.
Oh, I don't think Brock or Gronk will go against Brock, but I don't know what I don't know what Gronk's gonna do.
Gronk.
That's their ship name.
Gronk.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck Gronkowski's gonna do. I kind of hope.
And what about who was the other guy?
What?
The boxer?
Oh, Tyson Fury? He's gone.
Fury. No, he'll come back.
No. He'll come back for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, like maybe have some Saudi matches with like Cain Velasquez, Tyson Fury, Gronk. Just have him against all the MMA and boxer guys.
Yeah, I want to see him. I do want to see him do that. To like wrestle some young, like just like John Cena. I want to see him like work with younger guys as well, like NXT call-ups. I think him and Adam Cole would work magic.
I think him and Ciampa would work magic. Just two tough dudes that won't go down. Okay. Any other matches or people you want to see on the card?
I think, I don't know. I want to see like, what was that? I don't know, but I just want to see some kind of like big return. I don't know who it would be, but like maybe a legend, maybe. I don't know. I just want to see something exciting, something unpredictable. Even if it's just a segment, I don't really care.
I doubt this is going to be on Mania, but you know what is a match I really want to see? Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor.
Interesting.
I don't know why. I feel like that would be a really, really good match.
That's fair.
But I predict Balor's going to be on the TakeOver before, so I doubt he'll come on. But I want to see Mysterio do something at Mania just because it's Mysterio.
Oh, I think he will. I think he's going to be in. I still think the U.S. title is going to be a ladder match, and I think Mysterio is going to be in there. It's going to be like him, Andrade, Angel, Carrillo, and then maybe one or two others. But I think like all those Hispanic bros that have been going at it recently. I think they're gonna have
dude, just have a giant Hispanic 6-man ladder match.
I think that's what it's gonna. No, I think that's exactly what it's
for
gonna
the
be.
United States Championship.
Yeah.
Rename it the Mexico Ella Vista Championship.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good. Like,
I think it's good as well, but I think it's just ironic that a bunch of his Mexicans.
I think it just shows that we have a bunch of immigrants in our fucking country.
I just think that'd be funny.
It would be a funny image, though.
And then have Donald Trump come push over the ladder and win the title for himself.
Good. Now that's the WrestleMania content I want to see. God damn.
Why doesn't your president wear his WWE Hall of Fame ring?
He should.
That would be hilarious, but he doesn't.
What do you mean, dude? The Hall of Fame is the most prestigious thing you could ever be, like, inducted into. I would take that so seriously. He's like, Donald Trump's wearing his ring. Mad respect. He knows what WWE Hall of Fame means. You know how prestigious that is.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, for representing the World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I'm looking at the WrestleMania 36 poster on Wikipedia, and it has Roman with a giant sword.
Of course it does.
And it's just John Cena's just there doing his typical pose. He doesn't even have anything.
Good. He's the head of the pirate ship. You can't see me. Anyway, I don't know what other people they would put on in that ladder match, but I think it will be some kind of stipulation. I don't know if it'll be a ladder match, but it'll be some kind of stipulation, I think.
They need a ladder match. Every year needs to have a ladder match. It's just something awesome.
Yeah. Did last year have a ladder match?
I don't know.
Did it? I don't think so. But and we are getting a ladder match on TakeOver, so I can't complain too much if we don't get one. But
here's the other point of contention. If WrestleMania is being postponed, would TakeOver be postponed?
Yes, I believe so.
You think it would?
Yes, I would think. But I mean, because I think TakeOver is like one of those things, like, especially because it's in the same place, or I mean, at least in the same area. Like, you know, everyone's like, oh, it's the TakeOver right before WrestleMania. You know, like, it's a big thing going on. So I think it will be postponed along with WrestleMania. Like, wherever WrestleMania goes, TakeOver will also go on the Saturday before it. So, but TakeOver, yeah. I think it's going to be... I'm not sure exactly what's going to be on there. I am a little disappointed because I thought they were going to do 6 matches, but I think they're just going to do 5. Because I wanted there to be another Dakota Kai Tegan Nox match, but Tegan Nox is in the ladder match. So I wanted there to be like a blow-off Tegan Nox Dakota Kai match, but that is not happening, unfortunately. Because Dakota Kai lost her qualifying. What?
Completely unrelated note. I realized I misspelled traveling in the video of episode 21. It's got 1 L and not 2.
Oh.
So that's going to be an error in the video, but I don't give a fuck. Completely unrelated topic.
Okay.
Oh well, that sucks. I just noticed it was misspelled. Oh well.
And
anyway.
Oh yeah. So I guess since we're here, I'm gonna keep talking about TakeOver because I think it's gonna be great. But yeah. Velveteen Dream is set up to be Adam Cole's #1 contender, and I don't think Velveteen Dream is ready to take that title away from Cole. Cole, I think, as of like today or this week, is the longest reigning NXT champion in history. And I don't think Velveteen Dream, at least at this point, is the right man to take the title off of him. I think, honestly, I thought Ciampa was going to have a rematch, or it was going to be a triple threat with Gargano at this TakeOver, but now those two are going to battle again. Which I'm okay with, because Ciampa and Gargano always have great matches together. But I don't think Velveteen Dream is the right call. I think someone like Ciampa...
In all honesty, in all honesty, I feel like he's jumped too quickly from feud to feud. Like, immediately from Roderick Strong to Adam Cole. Like, I feel like it was a bit too quick.
I mean, I get it in storyline sense. Like, it makes sense because, you know, they're all in the Undisputed Era and he caught Cole by himself in the cage. So, I mean, and, you know, having a target for the NXT champion is, you know, that's not unheard of. So, I kind of get it, but it's just, I don't think it's going to be, like, I think it'll be a great match. I just don't think Velveteen Dream's the right man to take the title from Cole. But, on the other hand, I think Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, especially with the roles reversed, they could have steal the show again. I think that, like, I think it'll probably get a stipulation, whatever it is. I mean, they've already done every stipulation under the sun, but I think it'll get another one. I don't know what it would be, but something ridiculous. Maybe like a no disqualification Iron Man or something crazy like that. But it would. I think they have the potential to absolutely steal the entire weekend again. So I hope they do, because that brawl they had in the Performance Center this past week was. It was really good.
Holy shit, that was great.
Yes. So I think they're going to be great. I think I don't know what's going to go on with the North American title. I think Keith Lee might be in a multi-man match with Priest, who's the other guy? Grimes and Dijakovic. I think it might be like a fatal four-way. And then, as for the Broserweights, I think they're probably going to go up against the Grizzled Young Veterans, which would be a great match. But I'm not sure, because then the Undisputed Era, like the other three members of the Undisputed Era, have nothing, which would be weird. But
yes,
I am not sure. The reason I was so surprised that like Velveteen Dream was being set up as Cole's challengers, because I thought this was going to be the takeover when Cole lost the title, and then the whole Undisputed Era would be called up because they've got, you know, they're all their championships gone. So they've pretty much done everything there is to do in NXT, and I do think with the right booking they could thrive in SmackDown or Raw. Like I think they should go to SmackDown just because Raw already has this heel stable in Seth Rollins. But that's why I was so surprised, because I think the other three members, as long as Cole is holding that title, will just kind of stagnate. Like, I don't know what they're going to do.
I agree. Like, I do think that would work better on SmackDown, just from the people there.
Yeah.
Like, they could work with. I do think that would work. Although Raw has been upstaging SmackDown quite a bit recently.
Yes.
Thank you, Paul.
SmackDown is just very unimpressive.
I do feel like the Undisputed Era could really do something special there. Like,
yes.
Really, like, make it.
They just need to be given some, like, the people booking SmackDown just need to make some bold moves with the Undisputed Era. Because I think them absolutely, like, making, not like maybe like for one show have them absolutely wreck house, like, but they don't, like, no one knows what's going on, but then at the very end they come out and just thrash everyone. Like,
so, like, it cuts backstage and there's just heaps of people on the floor.
Yes, and like shit's broken. Yeah, like they just need to absolutely destroy, like, ruin everything and everyone. Like, they need to make a statement and give Adam Cole a promo at the very end. Like, you know how NXT, that one time when SmackDown didn't have any people and they brought in NXT and then Triple H cut a promo at the end? That's what they should do for the Undisputed Era. Do the same thing. Just have them thrash everyone. Give Cole, or like either Cole or the Undisputed Era, like Fish and O'Reilly, a match for the main event, and then just have them. And have Cole cut a promo at the end. Just be like, we're coming after every fucking body. And don't make it like Sheamus, who's like making fun of kids for being small. No. the Undisputed Era needs some real footing because they are incredible. Like, I would argue one of, if not the best factions, like, in the entire wrestling landscape today. Just because they're so snivelly and conniving and still incredible wrestlers. Like, every time they step in the ring, they put on fantastic matches. So, like, just give them some footing. Just give them something to work with, and they will make magic out of it.
You know what intrigues me? Like, I want the Undisputed Era to stay together, but I do like the way Undisputed Era has been set up, where they can have in their own individual feuds and still be a team.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like if they were called up, that would be ruined. Because, like, if you see what happened with Sanity and other teams, like American Alpha, they all got
and they're not doing it with Seth, and they're not doing it with Seth's faction either. Like, I think AOP should be feuding for the tag, or should have been before Razor got injured. Like, they should have been feuding for the tag titles while Seth was, like, feuding with Kevin or whatever. Like, I think they should have just been separate. Then they gave the
titles to Rollins and Murphy for some dumb fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I am concerned for the Undisputed Era. They're doing magic right now, but you're right. What else can they do on NXT?
Nothing.
So,
like, once Cole drops the title, like, that's it. So, like, they need to move somewhere else. So, I just think something needs to go down. Like, something backstage needs to happen. Maybe Triple H, like, confronts who's producing SmackDown, like Bruce Pritchard right now or something. Like, he needs to give someone an ultimatum and be like, dude, you need to book these guys like they're the real fucking deal. Like, think outside the box, get creative, like, do something cool with the Undisputed Era, because these guys are genuine magic makers. Like, the charisma of all four of those guys is just, well, except Roderick Strong. He's good, but not as good as the other three. And mostly Cullen O'Reilly. They're the two really good, really charismatic guys. But just give them stuff, and they will just wrestle, and everyone will hate them, because, especially, I think the main roster, they would be much better. Like, everyone loves the Undisputed Era in NXT, even though they're heels. But I think if you put them on the main roster and actually make them like these sniveling, conniving little coward, but still very good at wrestling heels, I think they would eat it up.
That's the problem. That's the problem. No one can be a true heel and also a great wrestler, because if they're a great wrestler,
that's why I don't they don't do that for the main roster. Yeah, like they don't let any of the heels actually wrestle unless your name is Seth Rollins. Like, they all have to cheat.
You're right. Seth Rollins is the only, like, proper heel that people hate, and is still wrestling good. He does, like, run away in the multi-man fights, but he does still wrestle good. You're right.
Yeah.
But, like,
even
it's so hard for them.
Even AJ has to rely on the Good Brothers. Like, he should have just beat Aleister Black on his own accord, instead of having to, on Raw, or a couple weeks, like last week or whatever, not this past week, but the week before that, like, when they were set up for the main event, like, AJ should have just beaten Aleister Black, and then Aleister Black got the win back from Undertaker at Elimination Chamber. Like, that was the right ending for that match at the Elimination Chamber, but AJ should have just wrestled Black and made a statement by pinning Aleister Black on Raw. He shouldn't have been like, oh no, you have to fight Carl Anderson. Like, AJ, you are, like, 2-time WWE champion, bro. Like, I know you hoofed Ambrose and the Nads that one time to get the title that first time, but still, dude, like, you are good enough to, like, they shouldn't just retcon all of that good wrestling just to be like, oh, he's a cowardly heel who hides behind his bros. Like, no, he's AJ fucking Styles. Like, well, who are you trying to play right now? So
I know. I do feel like the Good Brothers have been wasted.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I've just never seen, like, I know Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows were really good in New Japan, but everything they've done in WWE I haven't been impressed with. It's just been tag team shenanigans, and now they're the best tag team in the world and they can't even get booked.
Yep.
It's I feel like there's a lot of problems with WWE.
I think it's just that old people are writing it, and they need to get younger people writing it. Because like I think they've just like kept the same writers as like the people from like that are way too old to be understanding like the current wrestling landscape and how people should be booked. Like they just don't understand it. Literally everyone else does it fantastically. Like a lot of the stuff they do just doesn't connect with the audience, especially when they try to book like this white meat babyface. It just does not work. And even though like Triple H, he's like what? He's 50. Like and I know he's not like the one who writes for NXT, but the people he's hired, they know what's going on, and Triple H is the one who gives it the green light, and like, you know, that's like NXT is working very well. So I don't know what the difference is between those, but all of the babyface and even some of the heel shticks that they come up with for Raw and SmackDown just don't connect. And it's like they have such a hard time understanding this generation of people, and they can't even create a new generation of fans because like I know that a lot of the younger kids really like a lot of the superstars today, but when they try to book people like Ricochet, who has a lot of potential to connect with the kids, you can let him be a hero to the kids and still make him more interesting than just superheroes are real and he flies around like
and then dies by Brock Lesnar.
Yes. Like you can make him a three-dimensional character. Like if you give him those other like elements to his character, it just makes him more relatable. So I don't understand why the like Raw and SmackDown writers can't figure that out. Like they just need to be replaced entirely. Like Paul Heyman's great.
They're fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, but Paul Heyman's great. Just like it feels like Paul Heyman's been doing very well as well. Like that Monday Night Messiah shtick has Paul Heyman written all over it, if you ask me. So I think, and that has been working very well. So I think Paul is doing great, but like just some of the stuff that they try to like, whoever's booking the undercard of Raw just has no fucking clue what to do at any point. And you know,
speaking of Ricochet, you know what I just thought?
What?
There's been talks about him going down to NXT, which I feel like I feel like return to NXT, have him fight Keith Lee. I want to see that big bastard motherfucker just dominating him, and then Ricochet flying around Keith Lee, and then Keith Lee surprising everyone with a fucking moonsault or something to the outside. I could see them.
Yeah, and Ricochet, I thought Ricochet was going to be NXT champion, but he never was. So, I think him and Adam Cole again, I would not complain. You remember that moonsault super kick spot when they wrestled back at TakeOver? Woo! God damn.
Well, that's if Cole doesn't get called up, but I could still see that. Even if Cole does get
Ricochet,
called up,
if Ricochet goes back down, he'll just take the title from Cole. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
But yeah, because they have history too, so they could work with that. So I don't know, but either way, just I don't know. Something needs to change with because this a lot of the undercard of Raw and SmackDown is just stagnating and doing nothing. Nothing's changing and nothing's advancing, and the storylines are crap. So something needs to change there within the next couple of years, or you know, everything's gonna go to shit. But yeah,
it's
WrestleMania. WrestleMania, I think, will be a fairly decent show. I think.
Like the main event scene in general is going good, but then everything else is going trash.
Yes. Well, and SmackDown has Goldberg as their world champion, but other than that, like if SmackDown figures their main event scene out, I'll be okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's okay. That's our thoughts on WrestleMania and WWE at the current moment. But This was recorded on the 16th for me and the 15th for Gus, so things could definitely change by the time this comes out.
Yep.
But that's how we feel about WWE and WrestleMania at the current moment. Thank you very much for listening, and do the outro, Gus.
Okay, so if you want to ask us questions or something, or give us suggestions on something, please, what was it? Oh, yeah. Email us at firestormproductions2@gmail.com.
We've been doing this for 21 episodes. No one's emailed us yet. Guys, our inbox is lonely.
You could send me a picture of anime tits, and I would be like, we got an email.
And we would both love it.
And I would masturbate immediately after.
No.
Yes. Anyway, or you can leave it in the comments.
Interact with us on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. You can follow us on Twitter at Firestorm Pod. And you could send us tweets telling us how much we suck, or how much we suck dick, or how much we suck popsicles, or how much we don't suck, how entertaining we are, and how incredible people we are, and how handsome we are. Any of those.
And also, I want to make a point right now. Keep an eye out for next week's episode. It's gonna be mint.
It's gonna be very good.
You gotta love it.
Yes, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Suck my fat willy.
I mean, if you say so.